Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Instead of attacking the president, Dr. Phil flew to Vegas and did what no other celebrity would. It's not surprising these days to see big celebrities out there shilling for the Dems and fighting against President Trump. Well, you can take Dr. Phil off that list, at least for now, after the amazing thing he just did for the Las Vegas shooting victims. Instead of using the attack as an opportunity to attack the president or demand the eradication of guns, Dr. Phil got on a plane, flew to Vegas, and personally visited the shooting victims himself. It was not all just a photo op for the TV psychologist either. Daily Mail reported that Phil actually listened to the shocked survivors and offered them therapy. He helped them reveal their repressed feelings about the attack and told them the best steps to take to move forward. He even ended it with a unifying message for the whole country instead of the normal Hollywood blabbering we are used to. We saw Americans rally together. We saw them helping each other get out of this killing field. We saw them lined up around the blocks standing for hours to give blood. We saw the American spirit come through. America is alive and well, and this isolated event is not going to break the American spirit. If you agree with Dr. Phil that the American spirit is alive and unbreakable despite all these attacks meant to ruin us, share this out and let our enemies know they will lose. It has begun. The entire state of California has just done the unthinkable for illegal aliens. What is it with California? What reason does the state have to be so liberal? Do people enjoy paying higher taxes in the Golden State? Or overpaying for a home? Or not being able to even afford a home? Or catering to illegals? What's the deal? For example, just the other day there was a story about the city of Sacramento paying gangbangers to not kill people. Again, paying gangbangers to not kill people. It's pure insanity on the left coast. You'd think Cali couldn't get any more silly than that, right? Wrong. Say hello to America's first sanctuary state, repressed gate. Sacramento, California will beef up protections for undocumented immigrants beginning in January under a controversial new law Governor Jerry Brown signed Thursday to create a statewide sanctuary policy. Brown signed the bill and 10 other immigration-related bills on the same day as a critical deadline for immigrants aided by the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, who must file by Thursday for a final 2-year extension before the program is phased out. Say it with me, this is no bueno. The law bars law enforcement officers in the state from asking about a person's immigration status or participating in any joint task force with federal officials for the purpose of enforcing immigration laws. UN flippin' believable. But, there's more. The new law makes changes to the state's Trust Act by barring local jails from holding an inmate for immigration authorities if that person is cleared for release on their state criminal cases. The law also limits the list of offenses that make undocumented immigrants subject to having their impending release passed along to federal authorities. Insanity. What is wrong with these liberal nuts? Talk about aggravating. The problem with the left is that they want to make America Mexico again. Does anyone disagree with that? If you're disgusted with the progressives who run California, let them see it by sharing 10,000 times. What the Golden State just did is so wrong. No bueno. This is very bad for America. During dinner last night, Republican donors stood up and hit Mitch McConnell right where it hurts. Mitch McConnell got some career-ending bad news during a dinner with top Republican donors last night. When he was called out to billionaire Robert Day's house in Los Angeles, McConnell knew it was not good. According to several people at the dinner, the conversation started getting very heated until finally oil and gas investor Thomas Wachtel stood up from the table and shouted at McConnell, "Just do something." Yes. This is how we all feel. Of course, that was not the end of the conversation. Now, according to Wachtel, many of the normal Republican donors are refusing to fund the incumbents because of how disappointing they have been. Thomas Wachtel actually spoke to Politico after the story had come out, telling them, "Anybody who was there knew that I was not happy. And I don't think anybody was happy. How could you be? You are never going to get a more sympathetic Republican than I am, but I'm sick and tired of nothing happening." Look, I agree with Wachtel. Our incumbents generally suck. Frankly, even plenty of the ones who have been helping still aren't worth keeping around. Would anyone be sad to see Lindsey Graham replaced? Just because you vote Republican does not mean you have to vote for incumbents. That's why we need all y'all to go out and vote during the Republican primaries. That way, we can come together to beat the Dems again in 2018. Oh, and share this out to every other Republican voter you know. Jim Acosta asked Sara Sanders if CNN is under investigation. What she said next broke him. Jim Acosta went after Sara Sanders again and referenced the president's tweet to investigate fake news. Sara Sanders wasn't having it today. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders warned the media that they had a responsibility not to report fake news. CNN's Jim Acosta said this: "Does he value the First Amendment as much as he values the Second Amendment?" Absolutely, Sanders hit back. The president is an incredible advocate of the First Amendment, but with the First Amendment, with those freedoms also come responsibilities. And you have a responsibility, to tell the truth, to be accurate. I think, right now, when we've seen recent information that says that only 5% of media coverage has been positive about this president's administration, while at the same time, you have the stock market and economic confidence at an all-time high, ISIS is on the run, unemployment is at the lowest level it's been in 17 years, we've cut regulations at a historic pace, we're fixing the VA for our vets, she complained. You've only found 5% of your time to focus on some of those issues. And frankly, those are the issues that most Americans care about, not a lot of the things that you cover. Not a lot of the petty palace intrigue you spend your time on. I think we need to move towards a more fair, more accurate and, frankly, more responsible news media for the American people, the press secretary said. Let's send CNN a message on behalf of we the people. Do the following 2 steps. Trump beats the Pope. What Trump just did will have him fuming. Donald Trump just accomplished something huge, and all he had to do was take down the Pope in the process. His latest accomplishment comes after an odd rivalry between the two giants. Trump's feud with the Pontiff was easily one of the most bizarre moments in the already bizarre 2016 race. The men mostly sparred about immigration, and the battles were often instigated by His Holiness. Conservative Christians were then forced to choose. Do they support the leader of their party? Or the leader of their religion? If support is measured in the number of Twitter followers, Trump took the lead this week. According to Fox News, Trump's 40 million Twitter followers just surpassed the number enjoyed by Pope Francis. If Trump cares about the number of followers he has on social media, and we know he does, this news is big. By surpassing the Pope, Trump has become the most followed leader in the entire world. Not bad, considering the number of Catholics easily dwarfs the number of American citizens. Are you rooting for one man over the other? Sound off in the comments and share to get both men's numbers even higher. This could be a friendly rivalry that's fun to watch. Moments ago this NFL protester lost major endorsement, football fans freaking out. Cam Newton is an NFL superstar, the 2015 MVP, and normally an all-around good guy. However, like many of his peers in the no-fun league, Newton has protested against President Trump. Newton might not have kneeled, but he did raise the Black Power fist this past Sunday. From New York Times. Later, in the fourth quarter of a close game, Newton pushed and bowled his way into the end zone, then leapt to his feet, bowed his head to his chest and raised a clenched left fist above his head, an echo of the Black Pride salutes that emerged in the 1960s. It was to signify Black Power, Newton said after the game, but more important, I pray every night for God to give me a pinnacle to give people hope. As if that weren't bad enough, Newton yesterday made a sexist comment toward a female reporter. Today, Newton has lost his lucrative Dannon yogurt endorsement, per Bleacher Report. Yogurt company Dannon announced Thursday that it has cut ties with Carolina Panthers quarterback Cam Newton as a spokesman for the brand. Yikes! Newton has now been exposed as a racist and a sexist. What a combo! Do you think Dannon made the right call? Let us know in the comments section.